Okay, so we're ready to jump into this deep dive, and
Yeah.
everyone's looking at 2025 like
Right.
it's a blank slate.
It is.
It's a new year, new me,
New year.
and all that stuff.
New you.
So we've got some really interesting source material for this deep dive that's all about taking charge and making this your year.
Mm-hmm.
So let's take a look.
Yeah. Let's dive in.
Okay, so one of the things that really jumped out at me in this material is
Okay.
it's really pushing this idea of like, stop waiting for the right time to...
Stop waiting.
Yeah, just stop
Or
waiting
permission to go after what you want.
to go after what you want.
To do the things that you dream about.
Exactly.
Don't wait for somebody to give you the green light.
The green light, just
Go.
yeah. Love that. But it's like, okay,
It's easy to say.
it's easy to say, but
it's harder to do.
how do we actually like put that into practice?
Right.
So one thing,
Go ahead.
this source material talks about setting these bold goals,
Yes.
these big, hairy, audacious goals, these BHAs.
BHOs.
Yes. Have you...
I love that term.
Isn't it great?
It's so visual.
Yeah, and it really gets the point across.
It does.
Have you ever set a goal like that for yourself?
I have, and it's
Yeah.
interesting because,
Yeah.
I think we've all been taught to set these SMART goals.
Right. Specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-bound.
Yeah. And there's definitely a place for that.
Yeah.
But I think there's also something really powerful about saying, okay, what's something that really
Yeah.
lights me up,
Lights you up.
even if it feels
Even if it feels impossible.
a little bit impossible or a little bit scary.
A little bit pie in the sky. Yeah.
Yeah. Pie in the sky.
Looks so big.
But if I could do it, wouldn't that be amazing?
Yeah.
So I think it's a balance
Yeah, I think so too.
of those
And it's like, yeah,
two things.
aim for the stars.
Right.
Because even if you miss...
You'll land on the moon or...
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Okay, so we're setting these big goals.
Okay.
We're ready to stop waiting. We're going to take charge.
Mm-hmm.
But let's be real.
Yeah.
We all have baggage.
Yes.
We have these
I do.
things that are holding us back, whether it's
Absolutely.
bad habit or
Yeah.
maybe a relationship that's not serving us or
A job.
a job we hate
Or a mindset even.
or mindset. Yeah.
That's holding you back.
Limiting beliefs.
So this source material talks about
Yeah.
freeing yourself from the weight of negativity.
Right.
So how do we actually go about doing that?
I think the first step is really awareness.
Okay.
It's just recognizing, okay, what are those things in my life that are draining my energy,
Mm-hmm.
that are bringing me down,
Yeah.
that are making me doubt myself?
Yeah.
And sometimes those are
Right.
easy to identify, and sometimes they're a little sneakier.
Yeah. Sometimes they're insidious.
Yes.
Yeah. You don't even realize.
They're there.
But once you become aware of them, then you can start to make choices about, okay,
Yeah.
how do I want to engage with this?
Yeah.
Do I want to change it?
Right.
Do I need to create some distance?
Yeah, set some boundaries.
Set some boundaries.
I like that. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're shedding the negativity.
Okay.
We're setting these goals.
We are.
We're ready to go.
We're ready.
But then what?
Yeah. What's next?
This source material talks a lot about discipline.
It does.
And I have to admit,
Okay.
I'm much more of a fly by the seat of my pants kind of person.
Yeah, I understand that.
I'm like waiting for that inspiration to strike.
Right.
So how important is discipline really?
There's a reason why this comes up so much.
Yeah.
I think what this source material is saying is motivation is great. We all love it.
Right. We all love it when we have it.
But it's fleeting. It comes and goes. Yeah.
Comes and goes.
Yeah.
But discipline is the key.
It's about showing up even when
you don't feel like it.
you don't feel like it, even when it's hard.
Right.
It's about building those habits
Yeah.
and the routines.
So it's like building a muscle.
Exactly. It's
Like
just
training yourself
training yourself
to show up consistently.
to show up consistently, even when it's
Even when you don't want to.
yeah.
And you know what? Some days it will feel easier than others.
Yeah. I can definitely relate to that.
But the more you do it,
Yeah.
the easier it becomes.
Yeah. You build that momentum.
You build that momentum.
Okay. So we're showing up consistently.
Mm-hmm.
We're being disciplined.
We are.
We're motivated.
Maybe.
Or maybe not. But we're there.
We're showing up anyway.
We're showing up anyway.
Yeah.
But we can't do it alone, right?
No,
And this source material really talks about
it doesn't.
the importance of surrounding yourself with the right people.
It talks about the energy that you surround yourself with.
Right.
It matters. It matters.
And this is something I think is so crucial
Yeah.
because we all know
Right.
that the people we spend our time with
They rub off on us.
They rub off on us.
Yeah.
Their energy,
Their energy.
their beliefs, their habits,
Their mindsets.
they all become part of our own.
It's contagious, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
So it's really important to be mindful of who you're letting into your inner circle.
And who you're choosing to spend your time with.
Yeah.
Because if you're surrounded by people who are negative
Right.
and who are constantly dragging you down,
Yeah.
that's going to make it so much harder to achieve your goals.
Absolutely.
But if you're surrounded by people who are positive and supportive,
Who believe in you.
yeah, who believe in you and who are also striving to be their best selves,
Yeah.
that's going to lift you up
It's going to give you that extra boost.
and help you to reach your full potential.
It's like having a team of cheerleaders.
Yes.
Exactly. In your corner.
Okay, so we've talked about setting goals, shedding negativity,
We have
surrounding ourselves with the right people.
Absolutely.
But there's one more thing that I think is really important to touch on,
Okay. What's that?
and that is the idea of taking risks.
Yes.
Because this source material really emphasizes
It does.
that every risk is a step towards potential.
Right.
And I think
Then that can feel
it can feel scary.
scary.
Right, because it means stepping outside of our comfort zone.
Exactly. And it
I mean,
means being willing to fail.
Being willing to fail.
And nobody likes to fail.
Right, and nobody likes to feel uncomfortable.
Right.
But I think this source material is saying that if we're not willing to take risks,
Yeah.
then we're never going to really grow.
We're going to stay stuck
We're going to stay stuck
in that same place.
in our comfort zone.
Right?
But that's not where the magic happens.
That's not where the growth happens.
Yeah.
And you know what? Sometimes
those
those risks don't pay off.
they don't pay off.
But even then,
But even then you learn something.
you learn something.
Yeah.
You learn what works.
What works, what
But
doesn't.
it doesn't work.
And you become more resilient.
You become more resilient
Because you realize,
because you realize you can handle it.
yeah,
You can handle the setbacks
you can handle the setback.
and you can come back stronger.
So it's about embracing that journey
It is.
and knowing
It's not always going to be easy,
it's not always going to be easy.
but it's going to be worth it
But it's going to be worth it.
in the end.
And that even when you fail, you're still succeeding
Exactly.
because you're learning.
You're learning and you're growing.
You're growing.
And you're becoming a better version of yourself.
Okay, so we're setting big goals.
Hmm.
We're shedding the negativity.
Yep.
We're surrounding ourselves with amazing people.
We are.
We're taking risks.
We are taking risks.
But we also need to remember to
Celebrate those wins.
celebrate those wins along the way.
Absolutely.
Because it can be easy to get so focused on the end goal
Right.
that we forget to appreciate
Appreciate
all the progress that we've made.
what we've made along the way.
And those little wins,
Yeah.
they add up.
They add up. They give you that momentum.
They give you that momentum and that motivation
And they remind you that you're on the right track.
that you're on the right track.
Exactly.
Okay, so now for the last little bit
Okay.
of this deep dive,
Yeah.
I want to talk about something that
Great.
I have to admit
Yeah.
I'm a little bit skeptical of.
I'm intrigued.
Okay, tell me more.
But this source material really emphasizes the power of
Of it.
visualization.
Visualization.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So the idea is that
Yeah.
if you can visualize yourself achieving your goals, if you can really see it,
See it, to feel it.
experience it in your mind,
Yeah.
that can actually help you.
To make it a reality.
Interesting. Have you ever tried that?
I've dabbled,
Okay.
but I've never really fully committed to it.
Yeah.
I think because
It can
I
feel
can feel a little out there.
a little woo-woo.
A little woo, yeah.
But you know what's interesting is that there's actually a lot of research
Oh, really?
that shows
Right.
that visualization can be really powerful.
Interesting.
And athletes use it all the time.
Yeah, that's right.
High performers,
Yeah.
they use it to mentally rehearse
Right.
for competitions or for big presentations.
Right.
And what they're doing is they're creating a blueprint in their mind for success.
Okay.
And so when they get into that real situation,
Right.
they've already kind of played it out in their head.
So they're more prepared.
They're more prepared
Mentally.
mentally.
Yeah.
And it's not just about
We're-
seeing it,
Yeah.
it's about feeling it.
Feeling it.
It's about
Experiencing it.
experiencing all the senses. Yeah.
So that when you actually step into that moment,
Right.
it feels familiar.
It feels familiar.
It feels like you've already been there.
Like you've already done it.
You already done it.
Okay, I'm starting to come around on this visualization thing.
Yeah. It's powerful stuff.
Okay,
So think about it.
we've gone from stop waiting and taking charge
Mhm.
to setting these BHAGs, these big, hairy, audacious goals,
Yeah.
to shedding negativity,
shedding negativity,
to finding our tribe,
finding your tribe,
to embracing discipline,
to taking risks, to celebrating the wins,
celebrating those wins along the way,
to visualizing our success.
visualizing success.
And it really feels like
Yeah.
we've been given all the tools
All the tools are there
that we need to make 2025
to make it your year.
our year.
Yeah, to paint your masterpiece.
To paint our masterpiece
on that blank canvas.
on that blank canvas.
That is 2025.
So as we wrap up this deep dive,
Yeah.
I want to leave you with
Okay.
a question.
I love questions.
Okay, so
Hit me.
think back to a time in your life when you took a risk,
Okay.
even if it was a small one.
Mm-hmm.
How did that experience shape you?
Mm-hmm.
And what risk are you willing to take
Yeah.
to paint your masterpiece?
What step are you going to take
Yeah,
to create that life that you dream of
in 2025.
in 2025?
That's it for this deep dive.
That's it.
Until next time.
See you next time.